Hello and welcome to another episode of the Embodied Life Coaching Podcast. It's lovely to see you again. So as you can see from my background, those of you who are watching, not listening, I am still away at the moment. It's Tuesday here. I will be going back home on Saturday. And lots of things have been coming up and happening over the last couple of weeks. No doubt they will feature in future podcast episodes. But today I want to focus on one particular thing, and that is the topic of the perfect morning routine. So you can read all sorts about how to optimally start your day for the best performance. And a lot of the time it's like, get up at 5 a.m. and do about 1 million things before you start your day. And in the podcast last week, I spoke with Emily and we talked about being more in tune with our natural rhythms and what feels good for us. And I've obviously also explored in the podcast before that concept of like how much energy we have for different things and what do we need. And so today is really a culmination of all of those different things, because when I'm at home, my morning routine is pretty standard. I generally wake up between about 6:30 and 7 o'clock. Nat wakes up around the same time. We will go downstairs and make coffee. We bring the coffee back upstairs and we sit in bed and chat for probably about half an hour. And then I will go and wash my face. I put face oil on. I do a gua sha facial thing. If you don't know what a gua sha is, Guasha. Go and have some fun on Google. Then I will go into my little gym room and generally will do some kind of stretching / yoga, some kind of weight training, and then a meditation, and then I will probably take Sydney out for a walk. And before I came away, that felt like a productive and like a decent morning routine. And the other thing I then would do is I would take all of my supplements, and when I took my supplements, I would also have a chocolate protein shake to get a serving of protein in, which I would add ginger and turmeric to, for like lots of beneficial nutritional and anti-inflammatory properties. And then I came away for 2.5 weeks and I really tried to lean into what did I need and what did I have the energy for. And all of a sudden, my morning routine felt absolutely bonkers. I was like, how am I doing all of those things in a morning? Like, I just felt the need to really ease into my day much more restfully, which I think Emily talked about last week as well. And whilst I still did want to meditate, because that's something that I've started this year and I'm finding a lot of benefit from that, and I did still want to stretch, I noticed that I did not have the energy at all for anything remotely resembling like exercise or weight training kind of things. Which was really interesting for me because I came here with the intention of, oh, there's a local gym, I'll go and I'll join the gym for a couple of weeks, and I haven't been. And it's just been really interesting to notice for me, when I really slow down and really stop, what have I actually got the energy for and what actually feels good. Now, that doesn't mean that there isn't going to be a point in time in my life where weight training in the morning does feel good, right? And another thing that I've done maybe once or twice in the morning is some journaling. That's not something I normally do. And again, some people have a very regular journaling practice. So I share all this by way of saying, really, it can be very easy to go all guns blazing around a morning routine. But have you ever stopped to question if your morning routine actually works for you where you are at in your life right now? Because the spoiler alert response to the perfect morning routine for me is whatever feels good for you on that particular day is your perfect morning routine. if you feel tired when you wake up and you want to laze around, that is your perfect morning routine. And actually, most of us who wake up in more of a dull, slightly freeze state, if we're talking nervous system states now, that kind of lethargic, oh, I can't get going, I don't want to get out of bed, it's beneficial for that population of people to have a slower start in the morning. You know, that thing of like, I'm going to get myself up, I'm going to have coffee, I'm going to force myself to exercise. It's really a way that we push ourselves out of that freeze state into a higher sympathetic state. But then you're just kind of pushing yourself from dull to stressed, right? And what I want to encourage you to do, because I've really seen the benefits of doing it myself, is to really check in with where you're at and what you really need and what you have the energy for. Not just going through the motions of, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z because this is what I always do, but really just paying attention to what feels good for me today. You know, if you normally stretch, again, checking in with, is there anywhere in my body that feels particularly niggly today? I might need a little bit more attention. Is your breakfast choice working for you? Like, I've completely changed my breakfast choice. I've been having a great big bowl of porridge with chia seeds, loads of Greek yogurt and blueberries on in the morning. And it's interesting to just notice the difference in how I feel depending on what I'm eating and what I'm doing. So when I work with clients, a big part of the nervous system work and really getting ourselves primed for trauma renegotiation, like really going into those deep patterns, is just to start tracking and noticing. Like, the more we can start tracking and noticing where we are, the more information we've got that we then have something to do with. And I would just invite you on this morning routine point to do the same. Just start tracking and noticing, what time do you naturally wake up? What time do you naturally want to eat? What is your energy like in the morning? And how can you modify how you spend your time that honors that energy, doesn't go against it, that doesn't override it? And then just noticing over time the impact that it has on your general vitality and how you feel. So it's a short and sweet one for me today. The punchline: the perfect morning routine is whatever is perfect for you on any given day. And if this has made you sort of stop and think about how you start your day, and maybe has encouraged you to make some tweaks, I would love for you to let me know. Reach out however you would normally get in touch with me. Okay, have a great week, and I will see you next week when I will be back at home. And actually, next week, I haven't spoken to her yet, but next week, I think there's going to be a very exciting podcast interview with a lovely lady called Laura, who works with people who get home from work and inhale their entire kitchens and overeat. And I've asked her to come on the podcast because I've been that person. And I thought that it would resonate with some of you too. So make sure you check back in next week. And otherwise, I will see you soon.